All right. Good morning. Happy New Year. I'd like to welcome everyone to the first ZA meeting of 2025. It's 10:30, calling this meeting of the zoning administrator to order. And the first item on the agenda is item 2.1, the approval of minutes for the December 19th, 2024 draft minutes. We're now taking public comments on item 2.1. If you're attending in person and wish to make a comment, please raise your hand. Seeing none, I will close public comment. The minutes for the December 19th are approved as submitted. We are now taking public comments for item 3, non-agenda matters. This is a time when any person may address matters and not listed on this agenda, but which are within the subject matter jurisdiction of this committee. If you are attending in person and wish to make a comment, please raise your hand. Seeing none, I will close the public comment. And we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which is just statement of purpose. The zoning administrator is appointed by the Planning and Economic Development Director and has the responsibility and authority to conduct public meetings and hearings and to act on applications for minor or reduced review authority projects or entitlements. A determination or decision by the zoning administrator may be appealed to the Design Review Board, Cultural Heritage Board, Planning Commission, or City Council as applicable to the decision. All actions taken by the zoning administrator may be appealed within 10 calendar days. If the final day of the appeal period falls on a non-business day, the appeal period will be extended to the next business day. Since there are no zoning administrator reports and there are no consent items, we'll move on to scheduled items. And that will be the first scheduled item, which is item 6.1, the public meeting for minor conditional use permit for a mobile food vendor, Juanita's Food Truck at 456 College Avenue, file number CUP 24-024. And Planner Briscoe will be presenting.
Thank you, Ms. Zoning Administrator. And good morning, everybody. This project is Juanita's Food Truck, and this requires a minor conditional use permit, and this is located at 456 College Avenue. The applicant is proposing to operate a mobile food truck at 456 College Avenue, and the hours of operation are from 3:30 to 9, Sunday through Thursday, and 3:30 to 10, Friday and Saturday. And here's the neighborhood context of where the proposed location is. And as you can see, it's at the intersection of College Avenue, Hillsburg Avenue, and Mendocino Avenue. And the general plan land use destination is neighborhood mixed use, which is consistent with the zoning land use destination, which is neighborhood mixed use. And then this site is also within the downtown station area plan. And with this plan, it eliminates the requirement for parking. And here's the site plan of the project. And across the street, across College Avenue, is a gas station where employees will be allowed to use the bathroom. And the food truck will be located adjacent to the brick and mortar Cafe Mimosa building because the food truck needs water and electric services. And this project has been found in compliance with the California Environmental Quality Act pursuant to section 15304, since this is a temporary use on the land. And at this time, there are no resolved issues, but staff has received some public comments, and I will read those comments to memorialize that into the record. I was so excited to get the notice about the application for a food truck at Mimosa's parking lot. I can't wait. We've needed more late night food options, and this is the perfect fit. This is more of a longer one. And there's a 4-story building. I cannot read this, I apologize, but the summary of this was that we do not need more people in the vicinity because it's already a group of unhoused people and people loitering in at night around that. So that's the basis of that comment. And this one is also a long comment. She had comments about the hours, the traffic, the parking, and yeah. In addition to traffic going to and from Juanita's, we'll be also using Lincoln Street, which adds to the noise. That was one of her concerns. And the last comment is, I'm all for it. We desperately need something like this here, and I've heard great things about our food. After moving to the middle of town from a 10-year stint in Roseland, I have been desperately missing being able to walk to a food truck. Please bring them and others to us. Thank you. And so those are the comments that I have received so far. And staff analysis has concluded that all findings can be met, and the applicant has reviewed and accepted all conditions of approval. And these conditions of approval was to address the concerns that I heard from the comments. Thus, it is recommended by the Planning and Economic Development Department that the zoning administrator approve a minor conditional use permit to allow a mobile food vending business to operate at 456 College Avenue. And my contact information is at the bottom left of the screen if you have any additional questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Is the applicant available via Zoom and wishing to make a comment?
Alberto Chamorro, you may unmute yourself and provide comment if you prefer.
Please feel free.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mr. Chamorro.
No,
is he the incorrect person?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. You'll be on the next item.
Oh, sorry.
Who is supposed to be?
That was the only one. That was the only applicant that was supposed to be in Zoom.
Okay.
This applicant was supposed to be in person, but
Okay.
Okay.
If you'd like to comment as part of the applicant team, please raise your hand. If you're attending via Zoom, I can allow you to speak.
Nobody.
Nobody's raising their hand.
Okay. And if you're attending in person and wish to make a comment, please raise your hand. Okay. I just have some questions. So you said employees can use the bathroom across the street. Is that just for like toilet facilities?
yes.
Okay. But hand washing facilities would be Cafe Mimosa?
No, they can also wash their hands at the gas station as well.
Okay. And then water, they would use the water from Cafe Mimosa?
Use the water from Cafe Mimosa, but they have a generator, and one of the conditions was to put a noise buffer for that generator,
Okay.
or to purchase a quiet one.
Okay. Has the county responded to the referral? Was this,
This wasn't referred to the county.
wasn't? I was just curious what they thought about using a facility across the street to wash your hands for the food truck. I think I'll leave the that part of the permitting up to the county. As far as the hours of operation, before I start making any comments, I'm going to close the public comment. But as far as the hours of operation, at first I was concerned, should Cafe Mimosa decide to serve like lunch or dinner, parking could be an issue, but this is downtown and there's no parking requirements, are correct, for the site. So parking wouldn't be an issue regardless of lunch or dinner service. So, and the hours of operation seem reasonable, and the location of the food truck seemed to be attentive to sensitive neighbors. So because of that, I'm also able to make the findings that you made. Because of that, as long as the county gives a permit, then I'll be approving this a minor conditional use permit for a mobile food vendor, Juanita's Food Truck at 456 College Avenue, file number CUP 24-024. Please note, this action is final unless an appeal is filed with the city clerk's office within 10 calendar days of today's decision pursuant to zoning code section 20-62.030. For this item, that date is January 13, 2024. Moving on to item 6.2, this is a public meeting for minor conditional use permit to operate a mobile food vending truck, Taqueria Manteca at 1680 Petaluma Hill Road, file number CUP 24-031. Again, we have Planner Briscoe.
Good morning, and thank you for the introduction. And this project is Taqueria Manteca, and this is a mobile food vending operation located at 1680 Petaluma Hill Road. And I would like to put into the record, the presentation is incorrect. It says 1690. That's a mistake by me. And the applicant is proposing to operate a mobile food truck in the Lola's Market parking lot from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And these hours of operation are consistent with the Lola's Market hours of operation. So this food truck will not be here when the market closes. And here's the neighborhood context of where the proposed location is. And this is along Petaluma Hill Road. Also next to some residential uses as well. General plan land use destination is retail and business services. The zoning land use destination is a plan development 0379. And here's the site plan of the proposal. And after discussions with my supervisor and the applicant, we decided that it's best if we move the truck to the northern side of the property to ensure that the residential uses are kind of buffered away from the noise that the buyers and food truck users will make. And this project has also been found in compliance with the California Environmental Quality Act pursuant to section 15304. It is categorically exempt because this is a temporary use having negligible or no permanent effects on the environment and does not propose any grading nor removal of vegetation. And at this time, there are no unresolved issues as a result of staff review. No public comments have been received to date, and staff analysis has concluded that all findings can be met. And also, the applicant has accepted all conditions of approval. Thus, it is recommended by the Planning and Economic Development Department that the zoning administrator approve a minor conditional use permit to allow a mobile food vending operation at 1680 Petaluma Hill Road. And my contact information is at the bottom left of the screen.
Thank you. Is the applicant wishing to make a comment on this project?
That's the
Mr. Chamorro.
Mr. Chamorro, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
¿Tienes ninguna pregunta? He didn't really understand most of the parts, besides where you guys were explaining the plans, or if you guys, or the whole planning, development, and the unresolved comments. Do you guys have any Spanish translation? No? But his question is it approved or not?
Well, we're discussing that now. What we're asking is, Jandon just presented the project to me, and we're asking, do you have anything you'd like to add to Jandon's presentation? Do you want to explain the project or add anything to what Jandon just presented?
Dijo que sí, que ahorita lo están en proceso de si lo aceptaron, pero nomás te están preguntando si tienes algún comentario para agredir al plan que presentaron apenas.
Ah, Me habían dicho que le habían dicho que iba a ser de las 10 a las 11 y ahí le pusieron de las 9 a las 10. Y él quiere bajar de las 10 a las 10.
Okay, so ¿quieres que sea de las
Le
10?
pueden poner de 10 a 10.
Okay, so he was saying that the time of hours that they're gonna be there were supposed to be from 10 to 10, like 10 p.m. And that you guys had put from 9 to 9 p.m. or 10 to 9 p.m. Sure.
Porque me habían dicho que era no me pueden dar hasta las 11, quería que a las 10 también.
Because they had said that they wouldn't be able to give him until 11 p.m., but that at 10 would be fine.
Okay.
Única cosa.
No.
And that's the only thing he was worried about.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry, was there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
¿Cuánto
you're-
tiempo tenemos?
We actually have one more question.
Sure.
You guys know how long the whole accepting thing would take?
I'm sorry, the what will take?
To see if it is approved or not?
So I'm about to make a decision now, and then there will be a 10-day appeal period. And then you'll need a county permit for the truck, for the environmental health permit.
Y apenas van a decidir y luego que va a estar un día para ver si todavía quieren aprobarlo y luego vas a tener que dar el permiso de la familia.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. All right, and if you're attending in person and wish to make a comment, please raise your hand.
No.
Seeing none, I will now close the public comment. Janet, the site plan that you showed, is that showing the proposed location of the truck?
Yes.
Okay. What is your recommendation for the hours going to 10?
That was a mistake on my part.
Okay.
I prematurely said they would be open to 10, but after speaking with Susie, we decided that 9 was good for this location.
Okay.
So that's a mistake on my part.
So you don't recommend hours till 10
9,
because of proximity to residential?
correct.
Okay. Can we see an aerial of the location? Sorry.
Yes, cool.
Or if you can share with the. So we can see a context maybe of, if you could. The truck is going here. Oh, it's in the yellow.
Mm-mm. Yellow is the 1680, but the truck is going to be proposed right here.
Move your cursor so that you can see what you're.
It's this site?
Yes.
But it's all the way to Petaluma Hill Road.
Mhm.
The other parking lot for Lola's Market on the north side,
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
and it's all owned by the same property.
And the truck will be all the way towards Petaluma Hill Road, right? Current code allows up to 10 o'clock.
Yes.
It seems 10 o'clock seems reasonable at this location, given the busyness of Petaluma Hill Road and the width of Petaluma Hill Road and the distance from the residential the subdivision to the rear and we could revisit this project if there are any complaints in the future, but I think 10 o'clock seems reasonable given the context of this site and the location. If the food truck was towards the rear or at a different spot, I might agree with the 9 o'clock cutoff, but. So this is the market, right?
This is the market.
What is this?
Oh,
Can you point with the cursor?
that's a great question.
Viewable online.
Looks like a junkyard or automotive repair shop.
Bridgestone,
I'm sorry?
Bridgestone, it's like tires and not a center there.
I think if 10 o'clock includes like packing up and cleaning up, 10 o'clock seems reasonable given this neighborhood context. So I'm willing to give them till 10 o'clock. So I agree with the applicant. They can operate till 10.
Can you make that clear for them?
Yes. So I'll be approving minor conditional use permit to operate a mobile food vending truck, Taqueria Manteca at 1680 Petaluma Hill Road, file number CP 24-031, to operate from 9 to 10. 9 to 10 p.m. Please note this action is final unless an appeal is filed with the city clerk's office within 10 calendar days of today's decision pursuant to zoning code section 20-62.030. For this item, that date is January 13, 2024. Moving on to item 6.3, public meeting. Minor design review for storefront changes at 700, 710, and 720 Farmers Lane, file number DR 24-038.
Thank you. And this is Montgomery Village modernization project located at 700 Village Court. And the applicant is proposing storefront upgrades, landscaping, and other building improvements to the northern side of Building F located at Montgomery Village. The general plan land use destination is split designated retail and business services and medium density residential. And the zoning land use destination is general commercial, which is consistent with the general plan land use destination. Here's the neighborhood context of the proposal and is at the corner of Sonoma Avenue and Farmers Lane. And here are existing photos of where the project will occur. And the first picture is the 4 storefronts that will be upgraded with this project, with this proposal. And here's the site plan or proposal. And as I stated again, the most is Building F and is the northern portion of Building F. And if you can see my cursor, this is where the proposals will be taking place. And here is a rendering of what the proposals will look like once they're done. And this project has also been reviewed in compliance with the California Environmental Quality Act, and pursuant to section 15301, it is categorically exempt because this is a minor alteration to an existing structure. And at this time, there are no unresolved issues. No public comments have been received for this project, and staff analysis has concluded that all findings can be met. Thus, it is recommended by the Planning and Economic Development Department that the zoning administrator approve a minor design review to allow storefront upgrades and landscaping at 700, 710, 720 Farmers Lane. And again, my contact information is at the bottom left of the screen. Thank you.
Thank you, Planner Briscoe. Do you have anything you'd like to add to his presentation?
We really appreciate all of your time today. WS Development has owned this property since 2021, and we've been doing a lot of reinvestment in it. We're really excited about the future of the property and the role that Montgomery Village can continue to play in Santa Rosa. So we look forward to hopefully completing this work in the coming months and bringing new tenants to the property.
Okay. Before I ask any questions, I'll just open up for a public comment. If you're attending in person and wish to make a comment, please raise your hand. Seeing none, I'll close a public comment. I just have a couple of questions. I know this will come up probably fairly soon, but I see you're removing the clock tower, and this might be a controversial topic, but could you explain your design choice and why you're doing that?
So our goal here was to create sort of an anchor tenant moment further down, further
in the center
along that facade.
Okay.
Exactly. So that was really the driver.
I could see that.
Of removing the clock tower. We did confirm the clock tower was actually only installed in 2003, so it doesn't have historical significance. So we think that change will create a center of gravity a little further to the south, and otherwise we're really trying to maintain the character of this building as it exists today, similar finishes.
Okay. The other reason I focused in on the tower is the building next door has a similar tower element. It's not a clock tower, but has a similar style, a tower element.
The building just to the
yeah.
Like what?
It kind of speaks to that building, and I was wondering what your future plans are with that structure.
Yeah, we're still working through plans for that portion of the building. We don't have anything coming immediately.
Okay.
But, it's part of our overall evaluation across the property.
Okay. So the point was to create a focal point in the center for the anchor tenant. Okay,
Exactly.
got it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I know it'll be controversial. So, as someone who frequents Montgomery Village, I have observed a lot of the changes and really appreciate all the investment. I definitely see that. I really appreciate all the, bless you, a lot of the, it's really evident how much money and investment has been made into the overall property. With this particular design, what I appreciate the most is the landscaping changes. When I did go to see Santa this year, I noticed when you do walk out, there's hardly any room for pedestrians to walk around.
On farmers.
Yeah, by the restaurant at Grapevine. People were actually in danger of being hit by a car. So I think this will be a lot safer design for pedestrians. And you're making room for people versus cars, which I appreciate. So I really love the landscaping design. I'm a little sad for the clock tower, but I understand why you're doing it. I would just encourage, as you're looking at the design of Montgomery Village, to look at ways to make Montgomery Village special, and not like cookie cutter, basically. So make it Montgomery Village, make it unique. So with that, I think it'll be a really great modernization of the site. I hope it attracts some good tenants for Montgomery Village. So with that, I'll be approving a minor design review for storefront changes at 700, 710, and 720 Farmers Lane, file number DR 24-038. Please note that this action is final unless an appeal is filed with the city clerk's office within 10 calendar days of today's decision, pursuing the zoning code section 20-62.030 for this item. That date is January 13, 2024. And that concludes this meeting for the first ZA of 2025. Thank you.
Thank you very much.